Okay everyone, so I hope you guys have set up the lab. So first thing we will be doing here is installing the delivery controller on our SRV DLC machine. This is the delivery controller that we need to connect to, and let's open it in a new tab and make sure the delivery controller is connected to your domain. It should be part of the domain, and sign in with your domain credentials. And once you sign in, you need to also have Citrix virtual apps and desktops ISO downloaded. And if you need the ISO, if you could not find it, just let me know in the comment section. I will provide you with the my own ISO hyperlink to download it. So as you can see, the server manager, I have this server connected to the domain, and it's part of our this SRV01, and we need to provide the static IP. Everything is ready to go. Now to mount the ISO of the Citrix virtual apps and desktops for the installation. So I will go to my NAS drive. If you have downloaded it already, then you can just simply mount it from there. And I will go to software, and here I have saved my ISO. So I will right click and then mount it. Once it's mounted, I will open it and run the auto select setup, and then what option we need to select is virtual apps and desktop. Click on start, and this is the delivery controller option. It will also install some of these components as well. Click on delivery controller, setup is running, accept the agreement, next, keep everything default, and as you can see, it automatically detected the controller name, which is this server itself. Click on next, install the default features, and we will keep it automatically. We don't want to manually change the firewall settings. Next, and it will install all these features, and it will take long time, so just be patient, and I will let it run. And then so the .NET feature is installed. We need to restart the machine, sign back in. The setup will continue from there. As you can see, it is asking for the ISO again. The reason is that the ISO is not mounted anymore. I don't know why. When the reboot happens, the ISO goes away. So I need to mount the ISO again. I will go to the folder where the ISO is and mount it again. Once mounted, select that. It will continue the setup from where it left for the restart. Okay, after a couple of minutes, it needs another restart it. Log back in. And then setup will continue again, but again I think we need to mount the ISO. Yes, we need to mount the ISO again. Select, and it will continue setup. So the installation is finished. So we will uncheck this option and then click on next, and then click on neither of the above, next. And as you can see, all the components are installed. We'll uncheck that for now. And if you click on start under Citrix, you can see everything is there. I will just create a shortcut for easy access on the desktop. Okay, so everything is installed. If you open the Citrix Studio, you can see you can manage it from there. Okay, and here you can see we have three options. We will choose the first one because we are delivering the applications and desktops to the users. So click on that, and here it needs a site name. So you can put anything, your city name or country name. I will just put home. Click on next, And here you can see that it's asking for the database. Now if you click on start, and if you see, we have the Microsoft SQL Server already installed because it was part of the component. But in the real environment, we should be hosting our SQL Server on a different server, not on the same machine. And once we host our SQL Server on a different machine, we have to change this local host to the IP address of the SQL Server where we are hosting it. Click on next. Now it's asking for the licensing. We already have 30 days free trial, so we will select that. Next. And here you can see what virtualization tool we are using. The first option is Citrix hypervisor, which we are not using it. Second, Microsoft, no. We are using VMware vSphere. Remember I showed you how we installed VMware vSphere. This is the reason why we need to install it, because the Citrix needs it. So what we need to do is we need to provide this IP address of the VMware hypervisor. Type it in manually and name it. Click on next. Accept the certificate. Okay. It's now connecting to the vSphere. And here you need to select the cluster. Remember we created a cluster Citrix, that's the one, and we need to choose that. And under the cluster we need to choose which machine hosting our virtual desktops on. So as you can see there, ESXi2 will be hosting on ESXi2, ESXi2, and you select that, click OK, and use the storage local to the hypervisor. We don't have any shared storage. Click on next. The data store. Here if you go to the data store, you can see the name of the data store is data store 1. That's what it is asking for. Click on next. Here we will just name the our network vSphere VM. Next, we'll keep it default. Next, make sure everything is correct. Click on finish, and now it will install the site setup. So it's all done, configuration successful. You can click on the test site for if you want to test everything is working fine. Okay, so all the 237 successful tests, and we'll close it. And so this is how we set up our delivery controller. In the next video we will set up virtual delivery agents.